Pendo. Welcome back to Millionaire Babes. Now, our mission is to empower, educate, and motivate ordinary people on to becoming a millionaire. If this is the first time you watch, please stay tuned. So, last week we talked about some mutual funds. We went to Fidelity and we looked at the Fidelity Select mutual fund, and we looked at two other mutual funds. So, if you want to watch them, please check the video down there. Today we're going to be talking about Vanguard. Now, Vanguard is one of my favorite groups to invest with, and that's because their fees are really low. So for most of the funds in Vanguard, they charge between 0.04 to 0.03 for every $10,000 that you invest. So you're really getting a very good price once you come in. I will be looking at some that are Admiral shares. So the initial amount that you need to invest with Vanguard could be probably about $3,000 to get in, but don't be scared about the cost. They have very good products. So stay tuned with me, and let's look at Vanguard together. Okay, see you soon. So we're gonna be looking at Vanguard this week, and we're talking about different mutual funds that one could be invested in. So just walk with me, and here we're going to be looking at the Vanguard 500 Admiral Fund and the Vanguard Total Stock Market. So the Vanguard 500, and I'm using a MarketWatch. Using MarketWatch to do that. So if you were to buy an Admiral share, I know here it says 273, but with the Admiral funds, most of them, the price to get in is at least $3,000, but they have very good rates. So if you see here, the expense ratio is 0.004. So that means for every $10,000 that you invest, that's way less money that you're paying to get in. Every time you look at a company and you want to be invested, always look at the net expense ratio, because the lower amount that they charge, the more that your money is going to grow, especially since you're going to be invested for a very long time, presumably. So you're going to get more in terms of interest. So let's look at the year-to-date ratings. You can see here in the last year, it's been about 5%. Hasn't been an actual good year, but look at the 3-year mark, 9%, 5-year 8.9, and last 10 years about 12.8%. And if you compare with the S&P 500 on this line, you see that in some ways they're actually doing just as good as the S&P 500. What did I want? Now, this Vanguard 500 index kind of like it matches what the S&P 500 does. So that's why in this part of category it's called the S&P 500 index. Now the other one I wanted to show you was VTSAX. Okay, so VTSAX is also called Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. It's also not Admiral shares, so the amount to get in will also be about $3,000. So what is it? It's more like a growth and income and a multiple. So the expense ratio, once again here you see, is about 0.004. So you can also get this through different companies. Let's say you're doing your investments through Robinhood or Schwab or E-Trade. Now, if you look for something called VOO, the Vanguard 500 ETF. Now, remember that the things that I've been showing you earlier are mutual funds. So a mutual fund, you won't get it directly in most cases through apps like Robinhood and Schwab. But you can get what is similar, very similar to the 500 index. You can get the Vanguard ETF, which is called VOO. And if you want something similar to the Vanguard Total Stock Markets, the VTSAX, you can look for something else called, let me type it in, VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. So right now it's trading at about 149 as of 525 this time. But if you look at the performance, let's stick with Market Watch now. No, Finance Yahoo. So it's almost at the 52-week high. The highest it's been is about 172. So, and these are very good companies, because when you look at the performance, it's not gonna show that it's doing very good. But remember, we are coming from a more or less recession at this time. But look at the 10-year mark. It's about 11.28, and the 5-year 8.2. The 3-year is usually about 8%. But obviously, if you look at what's been happening lately in the last 3 or so months, it doesn't actually look good. But these are some of the very good Vanguard funds that one would want to be interested in investing in. So if you have any other Vanguard funds that you think are good, please don't forget to comment below and let me know. And this is just the beginning. I'll definitely be talking more about different Vanguard ETFs and mutual funds that one could also invest in. And don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.